legend or history? Witch or not? The Miss Jamaica Universe costume depicting Annie Palmer. What does this say about how we see our history and ourselves?
It is a wrong thing because from my growing up, I hear that Annie Palmer is a witch.
But first, 2 more hours to party. Parliament amends the Noise Abatement Act in time for the holiday season. And thank you so much for joining us. This is All Angles. I'm Dion Jax Miller, and a very special welcome to our viewers on onespotmedia.com. So we start this first segment talking about the amendment of the Noise Abatement Act, and just to say it's temporary. It's supposed to be until January 31. Joining us in studio, we have with us Dr. Sonia Stanley-Niall, Director at the Institute of Caribbean Studies at the University of the West Indies. Marlon Campbell joins us as well, Event Coordinator. Roger Chang is President of the New Kingston Citizens Association, and SHAKARAH VACCIANA is with us. She's a student at Northern Caribbean University. Joining us in the second segment of the program, we'll have Jodianne Quarry, as well as, well, Dr. Stanley-Niall is going to be staying with us as well. But first, let's listen in to the National Security Minister, Dr. HORACE CHANG, explaining the reason for the amendment.
What this bill seeks to do is very simple. While it gives some latitude and time. In the current bill, if you put on a party in the middle of the largest cane field in Frome, you are required to close at 2 o'clock, even if nobody outside of the residence are hearing it. That's the law. And seeking to have the police apply the law and execute the law without fear or favor, we have to give them some latitude to exercise their discretion within the law. Indeed, when you leave it as it is, and the police give time or some kind of, you get charged of nepotism, corruption, friendship, all kind of things, and the current leadership of the force insists they will not vary anything beyond the law. So what we are seeking to do with this temporary amendment is to give police some latitude. But the question of nuisance and annoyance to individuals in their homes remain as it was. If you disturb the neighborhood, the police have the right to lock it down, and if you insist, they can seize the equipment. Those laws remain in force. What they can now do is allow you, if you remain within reasonable limits, to continue until 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock.
All right, so just for clarity, right now, on weekdays, you can go up till midnight, and on weekends until 2 a.m. The temporary amendment means that on weekdays now, you're going to be able to go until the end of January, up till 2 a.m., and on weekends until 4 a.m. And what the National Security Minister is saying is that, however, if your event or party or whatever is a nuisance to others, the police can still come shut you down, even when they extended hours. Okay, so good news or bad, good idea or bad. Let me start with SHAKARAH, who is a student, and tell me what you think. Good idea or bad?
I mean, seeing as it is the holiday season, I don't have a problem with them extending the hours at this time. As a student, we're on holiday, so we can be up late, or later. So I really don't have a problem with them adjusting it for this season.
Okay. Do you have any problem with it in general as it operates?
In general, I mean, as a student, seeing as we have to stay up late to study, I do have a problem with the noise around the New Kingston area, as I'm a resident of New Kingston. So, yes, I do have a problem.
How does it affect you?
Staying up and hearing all the noise around the area, it really affect me in studying, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Chang, good idea, bad idea?
Well, as you know, I represent the citizens in New Kingston. And I am just voted in president of the New Kingston Citizens Association. And my mandate is obviously for the citizens. And a lot of them are senior citizens, young students, and
I'm
everybody
hearing
in
a
between.
leaning here towards bad idea.
Bad idea for
Why?
the residents.
Why?
Because you have Natalie that want to sleep. She got to work. You have old Mrs. G that live right beside her. Can't sleep because of noise. And these are people that have worked all their lives and retired and want to go to sleep at night and have a little peace and quiet and enjoy your nice little home that you're retired, and it ain't working.
So you think it's going to get worse with the extension, is what you're
No,
saying?
if you read the Noise Abatement Act that me and Doc here was debating in,
Yes.
right, the act does not allow noise to be audible beyond 100 meters where you live.
From
And
the
people
source
seem
of the
to think
sound.
that is
From the source of the sound.
from the source. People seem to think that they have a permit to make up noise carte blanche, which they don't. The act specifically, Section 3, right here, and I brought it with me.
That's all right, I have my copy.
You have your copy too. It says, no person shall on any private premises place out time, any time, day or night.
All right. Hold that thought. So, Doctor, why
Why
you
is Mr.
debating?
Shang be picking on me?
We started out earlier.
What are you quarreling with him about? What are you arguing about?
Just to say that, one, the government recognizes that there are some concessions to be made on two grounds. One is, as an entertainment capital of the Caribbean, we have a legislative platform that does not in many ways support the entertainment products that we have as a nation. So the first thing is that this concession now, seeing that it is the holiday season coming up and there are people who are trying to promote events. In fact, we've moved from some 19 events in December, stage shows, to last year, I think we had mostly like 2 or 3 stage shows. So we have actually, in the context of the entertainment product, we've been very much reduced in what it is we're producing as a nation. And you're thinking about a 5-year period when we can count 20,000 events, right?
But it's
Getting permits. This is also a part of a night economy that we must recognize is very much an economic tool for many in the country.
True. But
And
then you
I
have
think the
people like
second
Mr. Chang
instance-
said the people want to sleep.
Yes, the people want to sleep, and we must take care of those who want to sleep. And so part of what is also to be recognized is that the government, in recognizing the limitations of the act, also are pursuing simultaneously the move to have entertainment zones. So where we build and don't plan, we must now move swiftly to make amends and plan to build, so that where we do not have entertainment zones that can accommodate parties all day, all night if they so choose, that wouldn't disturb residents like Mr. Chang and those others in his community.
Students.
We must do what we can to balance the two things. One is the support of the economy, and 2 would be to protect our citizens who need to sleep.
Marlon Campbell, I saw you looking up at the ceiling when Mr. Chang was talking.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice light.
Yeah, people must sleep.
But it's nice and quiet, don't?
Have I,
Thank you.
you know, I don't like words being put in my... Can I be asked a good idea about the idea too? Can
Good idea,
just
bad
answer
idea.
that?
Good idea, bad idea.
With all ideas, implementation is going to be the most critical part of it. As such, how it's implemented, and all. I understand that the police have their job. I understand that citizens have to sleep, but I also understand that it's about time we stop treating entertainment like the unwanted outside child. If you look at the...
But you don't
No.
answer good idea, bad idea.
It's
You said, must I ask
I
you?
say-
May I ask you?
I say it's
Answer
an
me.
idea. It will be good or bad depending on the implementation.
Okay.
So it's. I welcome the fact that it's supposed to allow the police a little bit more leeway to use their discretion. But yeah, that discretion comes. You know what? Let me not touch that part. That discretion is up in the air, regardless, because at the end of the day, what it will come down to is when squad are there at your gate, and he is going to decide whether or not your event goes forward. And it really should not be that when you have something that is a business, because this is a business, someone can show up and just shut down your business willy-nilly, depending on how him feel that night.
Which is one of the problems, though, with the discretion issue and also with the issue of police. Because if you talk to residents, some residents will tell you, look, they call police till them blue, nobody no come, not no lock off. And then you hear from the event organizers who say the power is exercised in an unconscionable or an irrational way.
Heavy-handed way.
Yeah.
Depending on how squad you feel at night, you can decide whether or not.
Hold on. In the first instance, the promoters and the party that keeping must know that you cannot, there's a noise abatement act, meaning that we mustn't hear the noise, period. And that's the law.
Act.
It's very archaic.
It's an archaic
very
act.
archaic.
But it is still the act
now.
as it is right
And
now.
I'm saying,
When we're going to change it, that's a different debate.
No, but that's the debate.
that's
The
the debate
reason
we're
why
having.
the
We're
reason
having
why
the
there has been a
debate.
relaxation
But
in
for
the
now-
Mr.
but
Chang,
for now-
the reason why there's been this relaxation.
One at a
This is
time.
the act.
Finish the point. You're saying...
I'm saying this is the act, this is what we're guided, this is what the police is going to use until the act changes. Until that time comes, this is it.
Yeah, Mr. Campbell.
Right.
So
It's an
party
archaic
party
act.
promoters know that,
It's an
yes,
act.
it's archaic, but it is the act as it
Hold
is.
on one
stands right
second,
now.
Mr. Chang.
My
Yes.
turn? Okay. It's an archaic act. It's an act that does not fit a country that is so heavily dependent on entertainment as Jamaica is. It's almost insulting to have this act on the books at the moment, because what entertainment contributes to Jamaica, you cannot treat it like this. Every event, just about every event that happens, employs directly and indirectly at least 100 persons. I can show you those figures. Directly or indirectly, at least 100 persons get work that night. If you look at Carnival, just Carnival, that is not even a fully developed product in Jamaica, in that 1 week space, contributed well over $1 billion to the economy. And we still get treated like it's a hustle. It's not a hustle. And I'm not saying people are supposed to sleep, but it's a weekend. It has to be give and take. When you look at New Kingston, as far as I'm concerned, it's supposed to be a commercial zone. If it's a commercial zone, then if we're having an event in a commercial zone, right, government has to find a way to balance this. Because honestly, at no point, and I'll be very frank, music that you can't hear past 100 yards don't make sense for a party. Straight.
Hold that thought for me. Let's go to break. We'll come back. Remember, our hashtag is TVJ. All angles, music you can't hear beyond 100 meters.
Don't make sense for a party.
All right, we soon come.